Hello guys, I'm Data. Today I'm going to teach you how to modify the free market and the starting mechs in MW4 Mercenaries mech deck. How did I discover this? By trying repeatedly for months until I understood the logic behind what's going on here. First, you need, of course, the game. If you don't have the game, why are you even here? You can get the game here. This is my version with all my mods included. It runs by itself. The description, what's in here, what it is doing, and so on. You just download this, it runs on Windows 10 straight away. So once you have the game, you need the following tools. First, you need MW4 Extractor. You can get it from ModDB, Star League, Cache. It's in here. It's one of these in the files inside here. You download this and you get it. Then you need a hex editor. I have this one, Super Hex Editor. Again, you can find it on Chrome here in Google. It's from Microsoft and it's downloadable for free. So once you have these tools, you launch Extractor as admin. You must launch it as admin. Use ID names. You must flag it. Using ID names, it puts this code in front of files. It's the ID of the single file. It's unique. So it extracts them with their own ID. Open. You browse. And you want to open this core. Extract everything into a workplace. And then, once you've done that, you navigate here, campaigns. These are the faction. GDL, Great Death Legion, Hellhounds, Northwind Highlanders, Wolf Dragoons. This black market is a remnant of MW4 Black Knight, where the free market was named Black Market. This is the free market. Salvage, it's not the mission salvage, it's just what the salvage you start with. So let's target Wolf Dragoon campaign Black Market. This is how it shows with Notepad++. Instead, this is how it shows with the hex editor. Is it complicated? Yes, until you understand what's going on. Both of these things are needed. So the first thing you need to know is that these Y's here that also correspond to these ones are what define a change of week. The game goes ahead by weeks. And even if it gives you the impression that you can take multiple paths, this one doesn't go down like a tree. The campaign goes down like a tree. This one goes down like a line. So it doesn't depend which mission path you choose. The free market will always develop reading these lines and going straight down from the top to the bottom. And every time 1 week passes, because you wait to repair, because you move to a planet, blah blah blah, it adds the following block to the free market. Okay, next week has passed, boom, adds another block. Next week has passed, boom, adds another block. That's how it works. That's why I moved all the best mechs down at the bottom. So you can't get them straight away as soon as you start, and I put them in order of tonnage. So you don't get, say, Daishis first, and then Mad Cats. Doesn't make sense. The problem is that you can just go down the weeks by just waiting or moving from a planet to another, and that's an exploit. Or by playing Solaris before the campaign is done. That's another exploit you shouldn't do. You should play Solaris at the end. And it's the same thing here. So how do you make certain things that you want appear? You must realize that an item is identified not only by its own name, but by the second dot out of 5 of those dots that precede the name. So let's say, the thing you need to know is that the mechs are at the bottom of each block. So like weapons, weapon, block, weapons, 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 mechs, block. So what identifies a flea? A flea is identified by the corresponding numbers that correspond to the letters and by the second out of 5 of these dots. So a flea is 66, 6C, 65, 61, and then the second dot is identified as 04. So a flea is 0004, 000000, 66, 6C, 65, 61. That's a flea. When you modify the name of a mech in Notepad++ and you save, it automatically changes the corresponding numbers in the hex editor. So if you want to change this flea into a timberwolf, a madcat, first you need to go here, identify the end of the line. This is the end of the line. Dasher? No, that's not. Well, yeah, it is. Like the first one is Dasher up here. So the end of the first line is here. Dasher. So this Dasher, it's this Dasher. So say I want to change this into a Mad Cat. I need to write Mad Cat here, save, then reopen this, and in here it will appear Mad Cat, and the corresponding numbers here will be changed. What won't be changed is this one, the second dot. So first you change all of these. Say for example, here I read Commando. Say I want to change a Dasher into a Commando. I write here Commando, but then it won't work unless you change also the second dot out of 5 of that one. Because what you will have here is Commando, but with all the corresponding numbers here changed, but this one will still show 06, while the Commando is identified by 0B. Wait, yeah, it's a 08. It's 08. and you have to change that manually. So I can basically know, even before we get to this, these are not unique. Like 08 is not the commando. The commando is 08, which is something like a group of items, and then commando, like this, 63, 6F, 6D, blah, blah, blah. These are groups of items. The amount of groups is finite. I cannot add to the free market something if I don't know this value here. So what I did is that I basically made a paper with all the names of the items I wanted to add, and then I went here one by one and I said, okay, like Razorback is in the group 09, Cougar is in the group 06, like the Dasher, Shadowcat is in the group 0A, Wasp, it's in the group 04, like the Flea, same group. The point is that the Shadowhawk and the Linebacker are not present in the default MechTech free market. So I can't know which group they belong at. So if you have time, what you could do is to say, go at the beginning, change something into, one of these fleas into a linebacker. Don't do it into the X editor. The name change must be done in here. Otherwise, you will have issues with the numbers. Just close this, change the flea into linebacker, typing it, and then go back. And what you have to do is try this one, 01, save, close, repack, launch the game. Does it crash? Yes, no. If it crashes, go back, unpack again, reopen this, change 01 into 02, and then do it again, repack, launch the game, blah, blah, blah. Does it crash? Yes. Go back, 03. If it exists, if it is coded to exist, it's going to be one of these. The group of these one is a finite number. I have seen 01, 2, 3, 4 till 09. I've seen 10, and then I have never seen 11. I've seen 0A, 0B, 0C, 0D, and 0E, maybe a 0F. I'm not even sure. So you could try from 01 to 09 and 10, then 0A, 0B, 0C, D, E, and F. If it isn't one of these, say, 15 numbers, most likely it will never work because it's not coded to work. So once you save this, what do? You take the new, you will have a new file, a modified one. The way it works is that you cannot zip the new file. You need to reopen with the tools, Starlink tools. This one, what you open, is the one that belongs to the game that you want to play. So you will target this one. Once you open it, it takes its time, and it doesn't depend from processor power, it's just capped in some way, maybe it's single core. Capability, I don't know. I tried it on a super new computer. It's still that slow. That's why it takes time. That's why I didn't do it. It's extremely long and slow. And then once you're done, you click on it, replace files. That's why it needs to have the ID in the front. You click on your modified file, and then you pack it. So you select it, replace file, add files, go to wherever you put your modified file that you want to test, open, and then compress. Once you compress it, it generates a new file in here that will be named .core or underscore core, something like that. You move the old one into a backup folder, and then you rename the new one like this, core, and you launch the game. Now, once you launch the game, those changes only affect new campaigns. If you go into your existing save file, it doesn't do shit. So every time you need to launch a new campaign, you know that it works because when you select a faction, as soon as you click campaign, if your file is wrong by even a fucking comma, the entire game will crash to desktop. And that was my main issue with changing the entire free market of those factions. Because even if you put an extra space here where it shouldn't be, say you Medcat Mark II, you put a wrong space in the name, even on one single word here, as soon as you click on new campaign and you click campaign in the menu, it's gonna crash to desktop and you're never gonna know where you did the mistake. You have to rewrite entirely from scratch. So what I suggest you to do is to try not in the free market one, but here, salvage. Say Northwind Highlander campaign salvage. At the end, I've never understood fully how this works, but at the end, these are the mechs that you get at the beginning. So you can modify just this one. Say instead of having two chimeras, if I change this one, then I open the hex editor, file open, salvage, this is starting campaign, open. You go to the bottom, that's the same chimera. So first you write here linebacker, then you open this one, you save that of course, then you open this one, you'll find linebacker written here, you go to the dot that is not a 00, say the camera is 0007, it belongs to the 07 group, and you try 01, compress, launch a new campaign, click campaign. If it's wrong, you just crash the desktop. Then try again 02, and so on. If you find it, that's good, because I'm going to add, you tell me which number is that for the linebacker and the Shadowhawk, and I'm going to add them to another version of this mod. And that's exactly how you modify the campaign to have different. That's what I did. I'm going to show you if you don't know already, you haven't seen it. Say with Wolf's Dragoons, that's what I did. There you go.
Welcome to
If the file is wrong, right here you crash.
The first step in securing a contract is to
If you get to this point, your file is right.
From there, you can view contracts available.
So if you've added a linebacker with a code in the front,
you can click on the orbital
and you get here, it means you are the first one who added a linebacker into the game.
The free market allows
in fact, see, that's how I changed it. With the Wolf's Dragoons, you never get to Pumas at the beginning or to Solitaires. I just edited that file so you can get these at the beginning. I hope this video helped you guys. Hope you can get great things from this knowledge. If so, remember to like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time.